What's going on, everyone? SWC Firearms here, and today we're taking a look at the Olight Pl X. Now, full disclosure, Olight did send this to me for review. However, that does not mean that my opinion swayed it at all, but I am going to be honest. I am slightly biased towards Olight products because I have had a lot of them and they have always worked, never failed, and have been really good as far as my experiences with them. I am gonna be completely honest about that, and that's why I'm going to show an actual test of everything versus just telling you my opinion, because my opinion is somewhat high of this company because every single product that I have ever gotten from this company, this is the first one that they've sent me. Everything else I've obtained on my own. I have always had a good experience with their products. So it even starts back from the PL Mini 2 back in the day on the Taurus G2C videos and the G3C and the Springfield XDS Mod 2. I've had two different PL Minis, two different PL Mini 2s, a Balder Mini. I've had Olight in red dot, the Olight now in green dot, and the Olight SE in green dot. So quite a bit of their products, and not a single one has failed. Some of them being as much as 7 years old and are still functioning to this day. The battery life is still the same, or at least close enough to where I haven't noticed a difference, right? Anyway, let's jump into it. I did make another video on this without including firearms or anything. That way, in that video, there was a link. There is not links in this video because it is related to the true purpose of it being installed on a firearm. So this is my Glock 19X that we've got a little series on. I did have a different light on here. I had the intention of getting this one, but at the time the budget was kind of capped out. I was waiting for a little bit more time to pass so I could continue on with this series, and I was gonna replace it with this because I wanted to try this. So of course, when they reached out, I was like, absolutely. I'm gonna show you the unboxing of this here in a minute, but let's go ahead and go over how this light functions. Ambidextrous tabs. You can pull them down or you can click them in. They have two different ways. How before you only had the pull down option, now you have a click in. On this side, you have an up and down. Up is going to be your spotlight mode. So it kind of groups the light together to a main focus. This is how you're gonna get better pitch, better distance. If you pull it down, that is a floodlight. It opens up a wide range. So something like clearing indoors, you're gonna be on floodlight. Outdoors, trying to see something at a distance or something like that, or you have one fixated target you're looking after, that's where you're gonna see spotlight kick in. Now, like I said, ambidextrous. So if you do them together, you can get that strobe. And then single click, you have like a low dim, like moonlight mode. Double click that and you get into the max brightness. Very similar to how they do the lighting levels of the O-Clip. Oh, another Olight product, the O-Clip Pro. This is my daily carry flashlight that I use for just about anything. Yes, I'm not gonna lie to you and be like, oh, my opinion doesn't sway one way or another. When I am in the market to get a light, I tend to go towards this company on my own. I just like being honest. I don't want anybody to think that I'm over here trying to convince people to go one way or another. However, if you do go to that video where I was able to put a link in it, it does support the channel and it does help me out. If you want to help me out, that's how you do it. Also, if you've noticed, this is a very small channel. I'm not new to making videos. I had a channel, still have it. I'm locked out of it right now. That was where I uploaded videos for about 7 years. It had been determined that apparently my content was violating YouTube's guideline policies, which it wasn't, but you can't really fight it. And it's about to get taken down. So I went ahead and decided, as much of a hard decision it was to make after dedicating almost 8 years into making firearm videos, to start over from scratch. That was the decision I had to make, and that's where we're at today. So if you would please hit that subscribe button and like this video, help my channel grow because it's a long road ahead of me. I spent a lot of time. I had over 400 videos on that other channel. Now I'm bringing some of them over here so you'll see, but I indicate the old ones like re-upload from 2022, re-upload from 2023. So you'll know that that is one of my older videos. You're also gonna notice things like where I'm at the range. Right now, with my training and everything, I shoot pretty precisely. I don't flinch and everything's pretty good. And I call myself out when I flinch on a shot. Back then, you'll notice when I was at the range, on some of those older videos, and then I'm doing the one eye thing, and I've trained myself out of a lot of those bad habits, but they are present on the older videos. Feel free to call me out in the comments. Everybody does, that's great. Watch my newer content, you'll see a vast difference in the way that I shoot. Wow, Zach, can you go ahead and get back on the subject? So the PLX, I pretty much covered the functions. The one cool thing about it, no proprietary chargers or anything, it is USB-C. The reason I bring that up is because if you look at guns like my P365 here, you'll see I have the PL Mini 3, which is their newest lineup of the PL Minis. What's different about this and the PL Mini 2? Replaceable battery, so you can have a spare one that's already charged up. This was not a USB-C chargeable battery. It has its proprietary little charger. All the little PL Minis did, so did the Balder Mini. So I was really excited to see they included USB-C on that other light, because that's something that I wish existed more, because if you lose that charger, then you're forced to get another charger, where USB-C, I mean, everything comes with a USB-C cable. Still, the PL Mini 3, I'm willing to deal with that because of how good these lights are. But is the PLX better? All right, let's go ahead and jump into a tabletop here. Let's turn our little RGB on because, you know what? Why not? Makes us look fancy. And look at my little light here. So I added this spot to where whatever the subject of the day can be mounted right there. Fantastic. This is the packaging this comes in. Pretty standard for Olight's, you know, packaging. All their O sights and everything come in this. So 1200 lumens is what they're claiming. 300 meters of throw. That's going to be in that spotlight mode. I can attest, I've already tested this. The testing footage of outside I'm going to go ahead and put in this video was actually yesterday. That range actually, before I had even read this, it felt like it was probably about 300 meters. I claimed it in a different video. Multi-fit railing system. They're claiming it fits the P365 and stuff. And so it very well might. I know that they come with a separate rail adapter for particular models of Glocks, and I would assume there's a good chance that maybe even SIG fits in there. I'm assuming when they say other models of Glocks, they're probably talking about the 43X and 48, but I'm not positive. And it says read me, so make sure you read me. You want to charge it before you use it. That's what I always do. Supposedly it's good for batteries. And you got some instructions here to tell you how to press it on and off. I've already showed you that. And it goes over all that stuff. There is the hardware it comes with. So there's the other Glock rail adapter, a spare screw, and then it comes with this tool. And that's for the mounting side. This is an Allen key for whatever Allen key stuff, I guess, to switch out the rails. And then another Allen key for the other side so that you can pull that off. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then your light will be in there. Fantastic. This is a very sleek looking light, and it fits really good on a Glock. So if you look, it's slightly wider, which I don't mind with a light. I actually use these as a gas pedal, depending on how my hand's sitting. So, and we've already went to the range with this. I'll go ahead and roll that footage. It held on just fine. No problems with it coming off. On my 19X, you can see it pretty much comes right up to the end. Of course, I've got the comp on here, so that's going to extend it a little bit. But if you got a 19X, that's about where it's going to sit. If you've got a larger handgun, of course, because this rail slides on here, you're going to be able to match it with the end. Now, I could match it further, I guess. So I could bring it up something further like that, but to be honest, I don't really feel like that's necessary. I like bringing it back like this, personally. But let's go ahead and test in different, compared to different lights. God, the garage is looking rough. We're going to go ahead and test it out with different lights and compare them. So on this test, of course, we've got the PLX. We have the PL Mini 3. The Olight Pro. A Feyachi little, you know, Amazon light. And a Lusaf Amazon light that's missing part of its rail adapter. So we're going to compare them all. These all claim 1500 lumens, I'm pretty sure is what they claimed on these. This guy claims 12. This guy claims 600. And I think this guy claims 500. And that's their max. So full charge, max brightness, what they claim. So let's go ahead and start our test. Let's compare it with the O-Clip. Let's go ahead and turn it onto Spotlight. Alexa, turn off the garage lights. All right, so we got it dark in here. There's Spotlight with the O-Clip Pro, and there's Spotlight with the Pl X. You can see it overpowers it a good bit. You can hardly tell the difference when the O-Clip is on or off. Now we have the PL Mini 3. So there's the light with the PL Mini 3. And here's the light with the Pl X. That's Spotlight. Let's go ahead and switch it over because the PL Mini 3 does the floodlight style light. So now this is floodlight with the Pl X. The PL Mini 3 is currently on, and you can see it is way brighter. So now we have here the Feiachi. So that is the only light setting with the Feiachi. And you can see as soon as I turn the Pl X on, how much brighter that gets. Somehow this 1500 lumens is not as bright as 1200 lumens, but okay. Now we have the Lucif here, and this guy is about 5 years old at this point, but it still claims right like a 1500 lumens, and the battery is not depleted at all. And then here is the Pl X. And you can see a substantial brightness difference with the Pl X. So as you can tell, this is definitely the superior light compared to those. Now, I don't have a true stream light here. Alexa, turn on the garage lights. So there you have it. Like it or not, it looks like the Pl X was the clear winner as far as brightness goes. And again, I've tested the pitch out and I shined it pretty far out. I was shining towards a house. I didn't think the light was gonna get that far. And then I realized I was illuminating the tree. And that had to have been 300 meters, if not more. And I realized really quick I was probably irritating that house, and they were probably looking out the window like, what is shining into the house? And it was like 11 o'clock at night. So I was like, maybe we're gonna stop doing that. So I definitely can say the range is really good. And then I also illuminated a couple cars while we were doing that test. I put all that footage in here. It did really well. So whether you like it or not, Olight's Pl X was the clear winner of what I compared it to today. Is this the brightest light that you can get for a firearm? Probably not. Is this really good quality for this? Certain verbiage I can't say. Yes, it is. Fact of the matter is, they undercut compared to their competition, and they are right up there with quality. Again, some people might be like, oh, it's gonna fail, da, da, da. I have not had an Olight product fail on me yet, and I've used a lot of them, and it's not like I treat everything completely like it's fragile glass. So, fact of the matter is, it works good. You saw the video. Biased opinion or not, they make a solid product. And if you want to help the channel out, find that other video I was talking about. There will be a way to obtain one of these Pl X's in that video. I appreciate you guys watching, and if you would, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I'll see you on the next one.